Hello everyone, welcome to another planty video. It is me, Desiree, and it is time to talk about favorites. These are some standout plants to me this month. I have some plants and a couple of plant adjacent things like I've been including lately. So let's talk about the plants I was crazy about this month. Just certain ones I just kept wanting to gravitate towards. One that I just want to get out of the way real quick because I just showed this, but I can't get enough of this plant. This is a variegated string of hearts. I am obsessed with it. Look at this little guy. Look at these little tendrils. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I just talked about this. I showed it in my haul. I can't get enough. I have it sitting right here in a little tray thing that my boyfriend bought me. It says "Stuck on You," and it's just like a little trinket tray. But I put this plant right here and it sits at the edge of the desk, and oh my gosh, it's just perfect and I love it. And I think the way the light goes in too, it really highlights the pink in the leaves. I love it. I love it so much. I thought I was never gonna buy this. I even featured this plant in a video called "Plants I Have That Are Better Than Plants I Want," and I said there's no way that this plant is going to be better than my String of Hearts Silver Glory, but this is a close second here. It's beautiful. I had to give it another shout out because I can't get over it. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, please don't drop it. I did it. Okay, the next plant is this. This is a stapeliiformis or something. I looked it up right beforehand and it's something like that. It's also called a pickle plant, and I just watered this yesterday, so these stems are nice and firm and full of water. And if you look closely, the pattern on here looks like pickles. It's really, really cool. I'm shocked that this plant is doing so well because I have no idea how to take care of it. I kind of just water it when I feel like it's been a long time since I watered it. I used to have this stick in here holding up this one, but I'm gonna take it off and see if it'll stand up on its own because the rest of the plant seems to be doing just fine. I'm kind of hoping it will so I can use this for something else. I guess that's okay. Let me take it out. Yeah, that doesn't need any stick in there. He's fine. I mean, this one's growing this way, but that's fine too. Let's just do it like that. Okay. This is so cool. I mean, look at this thing. It's so weird. It looks just like a bunch of tentacles or something coming out of the ground. It's such a cool plant and it's been growing like crazy. So I showed this, I feel like I showed this in a new growth video or something recently, but it's been growing like crazy. So this new little chunk here is new. These both right here are new. This one here grew this whole piece. This one's getting taller. This little tiny piece grew out of the ground here. This little guy, it's just such a good plant. But again, I have no idea how to truly take care of it. I keep this in a south-facing window. It seems to do great with that light because it's not gotten sunburned or anything. It just keeps on growing. And I water it when I feel like it's been a long time since I watered it. I kind of water it when it feels like it's empty, like it's depleted, a little soft. So far it's been doing with that kind of care. I do make sure it's completely dry between waterings, but I love this thing. I almost want to bring it in here so I can look at it all the time, but it's doing really good in that lighting, so I don't want to move it. Isn't it cool? I just love it so, so much. This next favorite, why is my voice getting so high? This next favorite is a piece of one of my favorite plants ever that I feel like I'm going to have to cut soon. This is a blue chalk sticks. And any of you that have ever seen it, it sits in that window there. It looks like it's from a Dr. Seuss book. It's totally overgrown. I probably should have cut it a long time ago. It's growing all crazy. I'll put a picture up here on the screen. But this piece had fallen off. I don't know if it's just getting too heavy for the pot. It tips over all the time. I have a stick in it for stability, but it's way, way, way overgrown. So I feel like the day is gonna come one day where I'm just gonna have to chop chop a big chunk of the top off. I watered it a couple of weeks ago and this piece had broken off. It was hanging on by a thread. So I took it off and I kind of let it callus over like where it broke. And then I put it in here and I watered it and it's doing great. Like it feels like it's a nice little plant. It's nice and firm. It's not wilted. It's been sitting in here for a couple of weeks now and I think it's doing great. And since I did it, like this piece fell off and I planted it, I think I might end up just cutting like a couple of the really tall pieces that are growing off of it and kind of replant it and have new little babies, because this one did pretty good. But I want to wait to see if this like gets established, continues growing and getting bigger. But it's a favorite because it's one of my favorite plants that I own and it's doing good. This little cutting, this involuntary cutting, it's doing well. Okay, another plant that I was not expecting to be a favorite, but I featured this in a video recently called like plants I wasn't expecting to love or something like that. And I talked about snake plants in that video, and this is one that I mentioned. I brought this in for the visual aid and I have not stopped looking at it since. Every single day I go up to this plant and I'm like, that plant is beautiful. I touch the leaves, they're just nice and like, I don't know, floppy and fun. This piece here is like super thick, like this. There's this green piece here, but then it like bumps out to this big thick yellow part, and I touch this one all the time. It's just such a beautiful plant, and it needs nothing from you. Like this could stay dry for a really long time. Give it some water when it's 100% dry. So I'm not the best person to talk to about snake plants. I'm a chronic underwaterer of my snake plants because I'm always just so afraid to overwater them. But I did water this one recently. It perked up so well. It's doing great. I don't know the name of it. I am not really good with any snake plant names other than Bantel Sensation. That's the only one I remember. But someone asked me in a comment recently what this one was called, and I had to keep looking up just snake plant varieties, and the closest one I could find was Yellowstone. But if you know what this one is called, please let us know in the comments because we all want to know. I love this so much and I gotta start appreciating my snake plants more. I moved the table where they all kind of live and I dusted under there. I took all of them out to water them and I've just really been appreciating them a lot. They're so beautiful. Again, I kind of want to move them in here so I can look at them all the time, you know? Love them so much. The last plant I have to mention is this little baby up here. Does this need water? No, it feels good. This is a Rapidophora Tetrasperma. I mentioned this in a, did I mention this in a duplicates video? I feel like I just talked about this one, but of course I talked about it in the video and suddenly I was like, that's the most beautiful plant I've ever seen. I love the way that it's growing. It's just this one tall, crazy vine, but it started hanging over like this, and I thought it was gonna break or something, but it's not. It's very, very resilient. It just started growing down, and I think it's absolutely amazingly beautiful. I love the way this thing is growing so much. I mean, it's gorgeous. It made me want to take the other one I have and untie it because I have it going up the side of a shelf, and I kind of want that one to do this too. I love it. It's beautiful. What a good plant. I've never really seen one like this where people don't just have it growing in one tall vine. That's how I thought I was going to grow it, just up like this. But I think it looks amazing like this, and I love it so much. This is another plant that every single day I come in here and I'm like, how's my baby doing? And then my cat thinks I'm talking to him. It turns into a whole thing. But no, this is my new baby. I love him so much. He's so beautiful. You're all my babies. They're all my babies. And then I have two plant adjacent things. This one here I thought was a plant thing, but I think it's just a piece of stoneware. I thought this was like a terracotta drip tray. I got this at Target. It's from the brand Threshold, and I mean, look at it. Isn't it freaking cool as a heck? It's so cool. I thought it was a tray for a plant. I knew I was never going to use it for that because I want to display this cool cat. But on the back, it's an appetizer plate. This is for food. It's an appetizer plate. It's stoneware. It's dishwasher safe and microwave safe. And it's for food. But I think it's a really cool little tray anyway. I just have it sitting on this like entry table I have in my front room. I think it's so cool, kind of planty, because I thought it was a plant related item. But yeah, at Target if you want it, super cool. And this one here, I bought this at TJ Maxx, and TJ Maxx had a lot of Halloween decorations. I went by not too long ago and they have just all the Thanksgiving and fall decorations out now, and Halloween is like on this tiny little one shelf area because they're selling out so quickly. They just have so many cute things. But I wanted something I could keep out year round, and I thought this was like the coolest thing. I mean, I could keep out whatever I want year round, but I thought this would fit in a little better than a bunch of ghosts or something, you know? It's just a vase with these dead flowers in it. I think they kind of look like hellebore. I think it's very, very cool. I like how floppy and fun it is. I also have this sitting on the same table that I have this little tray in my front room. This was 15 bucks. I forgot to take the tag off. I love it. I think it's so cute, and I love how floppy and fun it is, and I like having just like cool things out all year round, and I think that's a really cool little like, and it looks cool. I just like it. But anyway, that is it. Those are my favorites for this month. I would love to know what your favorites are, and if you know the name of this snake plant, please let all of us know in the comments, because I don't even know what it's called. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss my next one. And I will see you later in another video.